Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you an extraordinary journey that has profoundly changed my life, my experience with the Wim Hof Method. Get ready for an adventure that will take you from the warm comfort of a hairdresser chair to the icy water of an ice bath, through a path of personal discovery and daily challenges. It all started 3 years ago, in a most unexpected place, my hairdresser's chair. There I was, wrapped in the usual cutting cape, surrounded by the familiar buzz of conversations and hair dryers, when my ears caught something unusual. A client was enthusiastically recounting how he was recovering from an injury thanks to ice immersion. Can you imagine my surprise? I was there for a haircut and suddenly found myself catapulted into a world I knew nothing about. The name Wim Hof was mentioned. I didn't know it yet, but that casual moment was about to change the course of my life. Intrigued by this overhead conversation, I decided to dig deeper. Who was this Wim Hof? What did ice immersion have to do with healing? My first move was to listen to the audiobook about his incredible story. Wim Hof, nicknamed the Iceman, is known for his extraordinary feats of cold endurance. He has climbed Mount Everest in just shorts, run a marathon in the Arctic Circle barefoot, and swam under ice. But what struck me most was his method based on three fundamental pillars. One, controlled breathing. Two, cold exposure. And third, commitment and strong mindset. These three elements combined promise to unlock hidden potentials of the human body, improve health, increase energy, and reduce stress. I was truly fascinated and at the same time skeptical. Could it really work? I asked to myself. What truly inspired me about Wim Hof's story is the immense personal challenge he faced after the tragic loss of his wife, who sadly took her own life. Left alone to raise four children, Wim Hof himself grappling with overwhelming grief and hardship. It was through his method of cold exposure and breathwork that he found a way to heal both physically and emotionally. His journey from despair to resilience became a living testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. This personal aspect of his life resonated deeply with me. His ability to turn profound loss into strength through his method made me realize that this was more than just a physical practice. It was a way to reconnect with oneself in the most challenging of times. So, you know one thing? I decided to try. I started with small step, short cold showers at the end of my usual morning routine. At first, it was a real shock. I still remember the first time I stepped under the warm water, then, with my heart pounding, slowly turned the knob toward the blue. My first instinct was to jump out screaming. But, you know the thing, I resist. I resist. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. That was all I could bear at first. I came out of the shower shivering, but, strangely invigorated. There was something about the brief exposure to cold that made me feel more awake, more alive. In parallel, I began to experiment with Wim Hof's breathwork. The first session were interesting, to use an euphemism. I felt dizzy, sometimes slightly euphoric. Was that normal? I was doing it right. There were many doubts, but there was something about this practice that pushed me to continue. My curiosity about breathing grew day by day. I wanted to understand more, to go beyond the surface, and that's how I decided to immerse myself completely in the world of breath science. This journey led me to read the book on the oxygen advantage method, which opened my eyes to how fundamental breathing is to every aspect of our lives. The experience was so amazing that I decided to delve deeper into the science of the breath. But, that's a story that deserves a video of its own. For today, let's stay focused on my journey with the Wim Hof method. What's important to emphasize is how to exploration of breathing enriched my practice of the Wim Hof method. It gave me a deeper understanding of the physiological process involved and strengthened my belief in the transformative power of these techniques. With this new awareness, I returned to the Wim Hof method with renewed enthusiasm and dedication. I was ready to push myself further, to challenge my limits in ways I hadn't imagined possible before. I set myself a challenge: cold showers every day for a whole year. No expectation, no excuses. At first, it was a real battle, honestly. Every morning I woke up knowing that trial waited me. There were days when the bed seemed so warm and cozy, and the idea of a cold shower so cold, it was so difficult. But I forced myself to do it anyway. Gradually, something began to change. From 30 seconds, I moved to 1 minute, then two, three. By the end of the year, I had managed to endure 4 or 5 minutes under ice cold water. And the most surprising thing, I started looking forward to that moment. Cold shower became my morning ritual, my way of starting the day with a personal victory. I felt energized, focused, ready to face any challenge. It was as if every morning I reminded myself, if I can do this, I can do anything. But the real turning point came last May. I signed up for a Wim Hof basic level course held by Leonardo Pugolotti. The course culminated in something that both excited and terrified me: a real ice bath. I remember standing in front of that tube full of water and ice. My heart was pounding, doubts and fears assailed me. Can I do this? But then, remembering everything I had learned, I took a deep breath. I focused myself and I decided to go into the cold. What happened next is difficult to describe. In words, the cold enveloped me like an ice blanket, but strangely, it wasn't as painful as expected. After the initial shock, I felt a deep calm invade me. It was as if everything around me had stopped. The constant chatter of my mind went quiet. For those minutes, I was completely present, aware of every single sensation of my body. I came out of that bath totally transformed. I had experienced an inner peace that I had rarely felt before. It was at that moment that I truly understood the power of this method. That experience was so powerful that I decided to dive deeper, even deeper. I wanted not just to practice the method, but to share it with others. So I enrolled in the course to become a Wim Hof Method instructor. I'm just honestly at the beginning, so today I'd like to share the start of this journey. Currently, I'm at the 30% through the first of the three required modules of the entire journey. It's a long journey, but every step is a discovery. I'm deepening my understanding of Wim Hof breathing, exploring new techniques, and comprehending the subtle details that make the difference. One of the most interesting things I discovered is the importance of stretching. I've started incorporating it into my daily routine, and the difference is unbelievable. Today, my morning routine is completely different from 3 years ago. Every morning starts with a cold shower, followed by what I call cold stretching. Picture this scene. It's early morning, the air is crisp. I step out on the balcony wearing only a pair of shorts. Yes, you heard that right. While most people are still wrapping themselves in warm blankets with a steaming cup of coffee, I'm out there challenging the cold. I follow the stretching exercises guided by Marika, Wim Hof's talented assistant who teaches yoga. It's a unique experience. You feel every muscle in your body awakening while your skin reacts to the cold air. It's an incredible way to connect with your body and surrounding environment. These daily practices are not just physical challenges, but a real mental training. I'm learning to embrace discomfort, to stay calm in stressful situations, to push my limits a little further every day. Looking back at these 3 years, I realize how much I've changed. It's not just a matter of cold resistance or the ability to hold my breath longer. It's a profound change in the way I approach life. I've learned that our body is capable of extraordinary things if we just give it the chance to prove it. I've discovered an inner strength I didn't know I had. I've learned to be present, to connect with my body and the environment in ways I never imagined. But perhaps the most important lesson in this, comfort doesn't always lead to growth. It's in challenges, in controlled discomfort, that we find opportunities to evolve. The Wim Hof Method has taught me that we can be the architects of our own well being, that we have more control over our body and mind than we think. And that's incredibly liberating. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that this story about my relationship, my journey with the Wim Hof Method help you to understanding this new world. A little safety note about the Wim Hof practice and the Wim Hof method. If you want to start to practice the method, I strongly suggest you to try with a Wim Hof certified instructor. This is essential because the Wim Hof practice is a simple way to deal with breathing, to deal with cold, but at the same time, without no experience can be dangerous. So stay safe and work just with a certified instructor if you want to move your first space in this beautiful world. I also ask you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you guys. We will see together on this channel next week. Bye.